What's up, legends? Coach Cobes here. We are back with part 3 of our Fight Camp Periodisation series. In the first episode, we went through the Fight Camp overview. The second episode was body recomposition phase leading into fight week. In this episode, we are going through the preparation for the fight week optimization. So something that we touch on in a lot of detail is the effect of energy balance, in particular, how the body adapts to low energy availability. This is essentially where we create too much of an energy imbalance and our input is low coming from the foods, drinks that we consume, and our output is high coming through our training. And a lot of the times, some of the biggest issues that I see with professional fighters is that they're either all in or they're all out. So they're either on a diet or they're not at all. They're either training hard or they're not. So my job really is to show them how to find that balance and have an all year round periodized training, nutrition, and recovery model that they can utilize so that they go through essentially different phases throughout the year, looking at somewhat of an off season, an in season competition, etc. So that essentially, they're maintaining balance of their body, of their systems, and, ensuring that they're healthy prior to going through the fight camp preparations, that 6 to 8 to 12 week process. And then once they've gone through that process, then rebuilding health markers, ready to put themselves through that highly stressful environment again. In next week's episode, I'm going to be tying in all of the principles that we've covered in this 4-part mini-series, as well as providing some examples of some of the fight week manipulations in regards to the weight cutting process, which my primary knowledge has come from my nutritional therapy course, as well as Danny Lennon's weight cutting system, which I have linked in the description below. Once this 4-part mini-series has dropped, the following episode is going to be a breakdown of my fight, which occurred last weekend. It was my debut amateur fight, which I really enjoyed. I really loved the process and soaked up all of the feelings and the emotions that came with being able to compete again and getting that kind of feeling of, fuck yeah, I'm alive. So make sure you hit the notifications, ring the bell to be notified every time an episode drops, every Saturday. Let's go.
And I think I'm doing something wrong because I train so much, but I still could eat way more than I eat.
Yeah, that's because you've burnt so much energy throughout the day that your body's like, hey, I need to get calories in. Mm-hmm. I need so many calories because right now I'm burning off all my energy. Mm-hmm. Right? So I've got 11 systems that are asking me for energy and nutrients. And if you're burning off all the energy throughout the day, your body's literally running on fumes. All right, let's step aside for a second, mm-hmm. and we'll pause on that point. Where do we burn the most energy? Is it training? Is it work? Is it living? Is it sleeping?
Sleeping, probably. No, just like living, being.
Just living?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is our basal metabolic rate. Okay. If you were asleep for 24 hours, your body would still require X amount of energy just to live. Keep your heart beating, lungs breathing, hormones regulated, so on and so forth. Okay. Then here, these two can be interchangeable. Okay. For you, physical activity level. So training, okay, and then NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Okay, this is walking to and from the gym. This is between training sessions. This is chewing your food. This is me talking with my hands, so on and so forth. Okay, for some people, maybe these two are switched around. All right, like I said here, you're ramping up your training output whilst also pulling your energy intake back. What happens? Brain's like, hey, high output here, high output here. Okay, let's reduce this as much as possible. What are you doing between sessions? Now you're sleeping, now you're not moving. All right, because your brain's like, not much energy coming in. Let's conserve rather than utilize. right? Maybe other times it's the other way around. Maybe when you've just finished a fight, maybe your non-exercise activity thermogenesis is here. Maybe you're going on a hike, maybe you're surfing, maybe you're doing whatever. All right, and then your actual training, dedicated training sessions are going to be lower. All right. All right, so let's pause here for a second. I'm not going to go through all of the systems, so I don't know if I can remember them off the top of my head. Homeostasis is optimal functioning of all of these systems. Right now, just like here, this manipulates this, manipulates this, manipulates this, affects all of this, same here. All right, all of these systems are interrelated, they're interconnected. Now, for females, we're typically looking at around about 1,400 to 1,800 calories to fuel those 11 systems. Okay, now let's say, how many hours a day are you training? 3 to 4. Okay, let's be conservative and say you're burning 500 calories per training session. Okay, or per hour. So let's bump that up, 3 to 4. You could be burning 1,500 to 2,000 calories. All right. Maybe a little bit of extra movement through the day. Maybe that's another 500 calories.
Sometimes I walk at night because it's like relaxing to me.
Yeah, of course. Let's say you're eating 1,500 calories, 500 calories here. There's 2,000 calories. Right. That leaves only 500 calories for your body to be running all 11 systems. Make sense? So what happens here? The body starts shutting down some of these systems, right? You stop getting your period, your sex drive drops dramatically, okay? You start breaking out into, or your immune system gets suppressed, so on and so forth, okay? See how it all gets affected. So if that's the case, if you're chronically in this low energy availability state, then this is where this no longer works. Make sense? So there's the caveat.
So you wouldn't lose weight in this state?
No, because your body's it's in survival mode. It's trying to conserve energy rather than utilize energy.
Yes, yes.
Right? So this is the point that I'm making. Here, this is where we make sure, all right, check this out. Let's say we're here right now. Right now, you're eating 2,500 calories, training 20 hours a week. How can we manipulate this without affecting this negatively?
Yeah.
Difficult, right?
Yeah. No.
Okay, now let's say we're here and you're eating 3,000 calories, but you're only training 1 hour a day. Right? Now,
that's what I think I would get so good.
well, if you do it smart, this is what I'm going to be guiding you through this process. Okay, well, this is the other thing. It's like, it's not just here and then, all right, we're done, stop. No, now we need to rebuild. Well, now we start pulling our training back, right? Maybe have a week or two. Everyone's different. Maybe have a week or two. Nothing. I told Dee to go like Khao to the lake, to the national park. Turn your phone off, like get away from here, take a journal, start writing things down, read a book, get some sunshine, like eat good food, so on and so forth. All right, now we rebuild here. Now, let's circle back. Now we're eating 3,000 calories here. All right, and you can be a little bit looser with your diet, right? Maybe you have a pizza or a burger once or twice a week, right? Maybe have a couple of drinks on the weekend, right? Because health is those interactions that you have with your friends as well, all right? Changing your environment so you're not in this stress state all the time, okay? Live your fucking life a little bit. So that when you get to this point, all right, cool, I'm eating 3,000 calories, right? And I'm having a couple of, a pizza and a couple of wines or whatever. Now I've got somewhere to pull from.